Making your webinar known plays a major role in the success of your business. You need to promote it in a big way, bigger than you can ever imagine. You may have gone to the extent of attracting the right audience through a free webinar, mentioning it on blogs and various social networking websites. Now let's see what else, maybe on a permanent basis, can be done to promote your webinar and create customer loyalty for a long time to come. Imagine creating CDs and DVDs which customers can buy. What will happen? Well, very soon you will have created a niche for yourself in the industry. Yes, if your webinars are of great quality, you can reach the masses and you can become known for what you are. Of course, it comes after a lot of hard work and consistent effort. Constant follow-ups without seeming to nag is what makes a customer loyal. This further makes him keep an eye on what you have to offer next. You need to go back to basics for it. Analyze what you will include in the CD or DVD. How do you intend to automate your webinar? The important thing is to keep it simple and doable. No special skills should be required to view a video or a CD which contains your webinar. Now let's find out as to how you can make the most of the available resources. Let's first take the most important aspect of your webinar, the content. What will your content now contain? The answer is simple yet complicated. Will it contain the same thing as the one that you gave free of charge the first time? Of course not. Your webinar will now contain the real thing, that is all the value for money spent by your client. It will contain all that a customer loyalty deserves. Your best should be presented in the webinar, being given in the form of a CD or a DVD. Why so? This is because the purpose of distributing a CD or a DVD is to enhance your sales. The idea is to form a lasting relationship with your customer. Which is important, the quality or the quantity? The quality of your CD or DVD should definitely be excellent. This will reinforce the customer's decision of buying it in the first place. It doesn't matter how many CDs or DVDs get sold in a particular month. It is important how many get sold over a period of 1 year. Did the sale create any value in the customer's lives? Have them give feedbacks through some means such as online forums, comments on blogs, reply to mails, questionnaires, and so on. How many CDs or DVDs have been bought in each month? Have the people who have bought a CD take some more copies after going through it themselves. Has their interest level increased or has it gone down? What can you do to increase their interest level if it has gone down? You need to ask yourself these questions to check your success rate. When you have done that, you will have a clear idea on where you stand. This will also determine the things that you should continue doing and the things that you should avoid doing. Imagine that people have started buying your CD. The more CDs or DVDs you sell, chances are that as many will follow with what the webinar says. This will ensure that they are excited enough to share it with others. Promoting a product or a service using the strategy of word of mouth is the most effective one and also the one which has the most impact on people. This is because people trust their family and friends. When your customer has bought the CD or the DVD from you, chances are that he will pass it on to others, thereby influencing them to buy or attend your webinar. So the main purpose behind automation of your webinar is to generate a momentum for sales. For this, both quality and quantity should be in place. There are various forms of automation. The process of making a CD or a DVD is termed as digital manufacturing. There are no setup formalities or expertise required to have a CD or a DVD in place. There are websites which offer such services. The service provider will allow you to design your product with the help of their publishing software. It enables you to review your webinar weighing different options of design. After the CD or DVD is ready, with the features that you wanted in it, then as per your choice, a specific quantity is manufactured, printed, assembled, packaged, and then shipped to your mailing address. How does digital manufacturing help? It eliminates the hassle of setting up any infrastructure on your part and leaves no scope for errors. The digital manufacturing services are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The service is usually fast and there are no risks. The CDs and DVDs are offered at low prices, and the best part is that the quality offered is excellent. The basic webinar or content needs to be verified once the service provider takes care of everything else. Even small quantities can be ordered. No warehousing facilities are required, as you can have a just-in-time kind of order is placed for these CDs. The turnaround time of most service providers is 1 day, so you save on time as well as money. Isn't that hassle-free? Doesn't it make your work easier and more efficient? Now it is up to you to ensure that people buy your CDs and DVDs. Now that your digital webinar is in place, it is again necessary to make it known among people who have attended your online webinar or have seen your free webinar that you offered at the outset. You have already mentioned in your free webinar how will the people benefit by taking a paid webinar. Now you need to further add a word or two about how your clients can benefit by buying a CD which can be viewed anytime and anywhere they want. How can you make the CDs and DVDs known? Your CDs and DVDs can be showcased on retail outlets as well as on websites such as Amazon and CD Baby. You have proprietary right on the CD or DVD that has been designed. The CD or DVD can be directly placed onto CD Baby and other such websites by the service providers. Another thing you can do is inform all those people about the CD or DVD who happen to miss your webinar on the day it was scheduled. This gesture of yours will definitely make them feel valued, letting them know that there is an option for them even if they miss a scheduled webinar. Do you think you can have a webinar recorded for those who could not attend it live? If yes, then there are webinar hosting companies who allow you to record a CD or a DVD also. Recording it will also allow it to be replayed as many times as the person wishes. The recording can be done in your PC and uploaded to a website which is protected by a password given by you. Have you decided on the format which you will have the webinar recorded? This is an important decision because if the format is something which a person cannot view, they can really dampen the enthusiasm of even the best of your customers. Recording your webinar in a usable and readily available format can turn out to be a major reason for your increased profits. But an important question is that, how do you know when you are on the right track? You can compare the cost and the bottom line every month. However, don't become profit-oriented too early in this process. If you see a trend where the bottom line is increasing steadily, then you can rest assured that you are on the right track. Your ROI has to be commensurate to the effort as well as the capital that you have invested. If this is not the case, then you need to further explore ways to improve the content of the CD and market your webinar better. You need to aggressively promote your webinar. When the word gets around about your CD or DVD, it is sure to generate an income stream. What really comes from your reputation? What is going to contribute to it further? To start with, the clients will judge your webinar based on its content. Then they will see how you treat them. This becomes evident in your services. Are your services oriented towards customer satisfaction, or do your services have an undercurrent of profits? Well, clients are very observant, receptive, and sometimes even intuitive to your actions and gestures. Whether you say it in words or not, your intent is understood by them very easily. Therefore, it is necessary to affirm some things to yourself on a regular basis, if required daily. What are these things? These things are related to the intention of making and conducting the webinar. Is your intention profit only? Are you constantly thinking about profits? Or are you thinking about the clients first and then the profits? Your thinking at this junction matters the most. If they see through you, which will mostly be the case then, they will not feel good about it. They are likely to feel cheated without even having any reason to feel that way. These are some things that can make or break your reputation. But once it is conveyed to the clients or the participants in subtle ways that your intention is to add value to them and bring out the best in their business, then your reputation will definitely become better. Reputation forms on the basis of your daily actions which are visible to the clients. If you are faced with a situation where you have not been able to cater to a client request, you need to deal with it tactfully. If you behave unprofessionally with one, then it can spread very fast. People may go to the extent of posting such incidents in reviews, blogs, and other means of communication. While technology is indeed a double-edged sword, as it carries a good word fast, it carries a bad word faster. Now you have reached the stage where you've established a personal brand. Imagine your brand all over the country. Now you need to take a call whether you can hand over the responsibility of running it or pass to someone else. You can start a franchise. To find such a person is a major task when you are doing this for the first time. What you can do is draft a job description for it and shortlist people on the basis of the job description. You can specify the age group you prefer or the field the person should be from. For instance, a person from the marketing field with good computer knowledge should be a good job to take care of your facility independently. You can choose to give it to a student also, train him or her for a while, and then slowly hand it over completely. Now he will administer all the activities of your services. Giving it to a fresher or even otherwise will require some training. How to promote your webinar, your vision for the next 5 years, how is the person going to get the copies of the CDs and DVDs for the clients, and all such activities will have to be carried out and monitored on a daily basis. There are certain checkpoints for this as well. Before you start, you need to have all the administrators on one page. What will all this include? This will include the quality, the turnaround times, the general guidelines related to the business, privileges of a paid member, and many more such issues. Individual operation of services at various locations can differ in ways such as the strategies being used to enhance sales. How will you monitor the administrator's performance? Sales made at the respective locations, customer satisfaction, and number of copies of your webinar sold can be various criteria for monitoring their performance. There will be a number of things to consider and monitor when you start a franchise. There are further challenges along the way, but the important thing is to keep your focus on the clients. One last step is to enhance your brand. How do you do that? You will find ways to do it only if you keep up with the changing trends in technology, people's behavior, changing priorities of people, and so on. If you don't keep up with these things, then soon you will find that people have lost interest in your services. The question to ask yourself is, does your webinar make sense in today's times? If yes, then you are doing the right things. If not, then change your strategies according to the time. Actually, what you should think about is staying ahead of the times. People definitely want to stay ahead, so they will be with you always.